The following is a demonstration on how to load Sumimark tubing on a Sumimark 4 300 DPI marking system. Be sure to follow proper safety instructions by powering off the unit. First, lower the printhead latch door to expose the area between the printhead and blue platinum. Next, take the spool of Sumimark tubing and place it onto the tubing spooler stand so the tubing is unrolling from underneath the spool and rotating clockwise. Now thread the tubing through the back of the printer and out of the side of the unit. Then place the leading edge of the tubing into the notch section in the cutter head and cutter base and push a few inches out through the front of the unit. Next, simply line up the tubing through the 3 guides with the tubing routed over the back guide, under the middle guide, and over the front guide. Adjust the tension by rotating the spool and holding the leading edge of the tubing. Now, adjust the guides so the tubing will move freely through them. With the tubing fitting between the black spacers, simply hold the inside of the guide while turning the red knob on the end of the guide. The black spacers should be close enough to the tubing to prevent unnecessary movement of the tubing, but not touching the tubing, which may cause drag. Most importantly, make sure the tubing is centered properly in the front guide just before going into the printhead. Once the tubing is properly threaded through the guides, simply close the printhead latch door, then close the printhead latch. Finally, eject the waste tubing by pressing the feed button on the front panel of the printer. You are now ready to print. Graphic instructions for loading tubing into the Sumimark 4 300 DPI printer can be found on the chassis lift door. If you have any further questions on how to perform this operation, feel free to call our technical support department at 760-761-0600, extension 203. Thank you for your time and interest in the Sumimark 4 marking system.